Good day everyone, welcome to our new video lesson. So in other video lesson, we discuss about circle and the terms related to circles. So now for this video, we're going to discuss about the central angle and arcs. Recall that the central angle of a circle is an angle formed by two rays whose vertex is the center of the circle. Each ray intersects the circle at a point dividing it into arcs. So let's, for instance, we have this one, an example here. In the figure on the right, each sides divide circle A. Wait, lagyan mo natin siya na, yeah. So in the figure on the right, angle BAC, this one, angle BEC, this one. Angle BEC is a central angle since the vertex is the center of the circle. Its sides divide circle A into arcs. One arc is the curve containing points BC, B and C. The other arc is the curve containing points BDC, or in other words, there are two arcs. The first arc is, we have the arc BC, this one, and the other arc is the BDC, this one, BDC. Okay, so let's proceed to the definition of the sum of central angles. The sum of the measures of the central angles of a circle with no common interpoints is 360 degrees. Take for instance this one in the figure. The measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2 plus the measure of angle 3 plus the measure of angle 4 is equal to 360. So the circumference of a circle is equal to 360 degrees. Now, what is the relationship between the central angle and its intercepted arc? So the relationship between the two is that their measures are equal. Take for instance, the measure of this one is, let's say this is 40 degrees. The measure of this central angle is 40 degrees. Now, if I ask you, kung tatanungin ko kayo kung ano yung measure ng intercepted arc, when we say the intercepted arc, it is the arc joining the two rays. Ito. This is the intercepted arc of angle 4. So, ito yung intercepted arc. So, ang relationship ng measure ng angle nito, pati measure ng arc na yan, is equal. Equal yung measure nila. Kung 40 yung measure nito, ibig sabihin, yung measure din ng ating intercepted arc is also 40 degrees. So, yun yung relationship ng central angle pati ng intercepted arc. So, their measures are equal. So, tandaan natin ha, equal yung kanilang measure. So, we're going to use degrees. Yun yung unit na gagamitin natin in dealing with the measure of the angle or the measure of the arc. So, degrees yung ginagamit. So, let's proceed to the arcs of a circle. An arc is a part of a circle. The symbol for arc is this one. So, yan yung gagamitin natin. Yan yung symbol ng arc. A semicircle is an arc with a measure equal to 1/2 the circumference of a circle. So, review natin yung semicircle natin, yung definition natin, no? The measure of this one is 1/2 the measure of a circle. So, since 360 yung circumference ng circle, so the semicircle is, the measure is 180 degrees. It is named by using the two endpoints and another point on the arc. So we are going to use 3 letters in describing the semicircle. In describing a minor arc, 2 letters lang yung ginagamit. Pero kung semicircle and major arc, we will use 3 letters in describing them. So example, the curve from point N to point Z is an arc. From this one, point N to Z is an arc. It is part of circle O and is named as arc NZ. So this NZ, pwede ding tawaging arc NZ or yung may symbol sa taas ng dalawang letter. Other arcs of circle A are CN, this one, CZ, this one, CZN, this one, the arc NCZ, NCZ, so pag ganyan. Okay, if the measure of arc CNZ is one half the circumference of circle O, then it is a semicircle. So semicircle yung ating yung arc CNZ. A minor arc is an arc of the circle that measures less than a semicircle. It is named usually by using 2 endpoints of the arc. So pag minor arc, usually ginagamit natin 2 letters lang yan. Example, arc JN. This one, JN. This one is a minor arc kasi less than 180 degrees yung measure. NE, arc NE and arc JE. This one, arc JE, JN. So these are minor arcs. So usually 2 letters lang yung ginagamit. Pag major arc naman, you usually use for greater than a semicircle, we usually use 3 letters in describing the arc. So a major arc is an arc of a circle that measures greater than a semicircle. It is named by using the 2 endpoints in another point on the arc. So kailangan natin kasi yung another point sa arc, yung sa gitna. It is because to know the direction of our arc. Kasi pag 2 letters lang, pwedeng dun sa kabilang side siya dadaan. So kailangan yung, that's why pag major arc, kasali talaga, may kasaling isang letter. So we usually use 3 letters. Okay, so yan na yung ating guideline sa pag-name ng arc. So pag minor arc, we usually use 2 letters. Pag major arc naman, 3 letters. Degree measure of an arc. The degree measure of a minor arc is the measure of the central angle which intercepts the arc. Example, angle GEO is a central angle. It intercepts circle E at point G and O. The measure of the arc GO is equal to the measure of the angle GEO. If the measure of angle GEO is equal to 118, then the measure of arc GO is equal to 118. So ito na yung sinabi ko kanina, the relationship between the central angle and its intercepted arc. So ito yung ating central angle, ito yung kanyang intercepted arc. So ang sinabi, pag ito daw, yung angle GEO is equal to 118, ibig sabihin yung measure ng arc GO is also equal to 118. Next one is the degree measure of a major arc is equal to 360 minus the measure of the minor arc with the same endpoints. Example, if the measure of angle GO is equal to 118, then the measure of arc OMG is equal to 360 minus the measure of angle or arc GO. That is the measure of arc OMG is equal to 360 minus 118 is equal to 240. So the measure of arc, this one, since ang circumference ng circle is 360, we will just subtract 118 sa 360. So 360 minus 118 degrees. So the answer is 242 degrees. So ito yung measure niya. Ito siya, 240 degrees. Number 3 is the degree measure of a semicircle is 180 degrees. So alam na natin yun, no? That the measure of a semicircle is equal to 180 degrees. Okay, review natin. The measure of the central angle is equal to the measure of its intercepted arc. So, example natin dito, 118 degrees yung central angle. So, yung intercepted arc niya, 118 degrees din. So, para makuha yung the other arc, ang gagawin lang natin is subtract lang natin yung measure ng na-identify natin na arc para makuha yung measure ng other arc sa 360. I-minus lang natin siya sa 360. So, always remember that the circumference, the measure of the circumference of a circle is equal to 360 degrees. Okay, so let's proceed now to the congruent circles and congruent arcs. Congruent circles are circles with congruent radii. So, example, segment MA is the radius of circle A. This one, in this figure. Segment TH is the radius of circle T. This one. If segment MA is congruent to segment TH, then circle A is congruent to circle T. So, kung yung kanilang dalawang radii congruent, then we can say that the two circles, itong dalawang circles are congruent. Ibig sabihin, the same yung kanilang measure. So, yun yung sinasabi sa congruent circles. Next one, congruent arcs. Are arcs of the same circle or of congruent circles with equal measures. Example, in circle I, this one, arc TM is congruent to arc KS. So, this one, this arc TM is congruent to KS. When I say congruent, their measure are equal. Okay? So, if circle I is congruent to circle E, then the arc TM is congruent to arc NW and KS is congruent to NW. So, kung ito daw, congruent daw yung arc niya, congruent daw yung arc niya dito, ibig sabihin the circle is also congruent. Yun yung sinasabi sa congruent arcs. So, if circle I, this one, is congruent to circle E, then the arc TM is congruent to NWN, arc KS is congruent to NW. So, these two circles are congruent. Okay, let's proceed now to the theorems of central angles. So, we will all discuss all the theorems, relationships ng arcs sa angle. So, we will only discuss for this video. So, wala tayong activity today. So, i-discuss lang natin lahat ng mga theorems about central angles, arcs, and chords. Okay, number 1. In a circle or in congruent circles, two minor arcs are congruent if and only if their corresponding central angles are congruent. So in circle E, this one below, the mesh angle set is congruent to angle neo. Since the two central angles are congruent, the minor arcs they intercept are also congruent. Hence, so the arc ST, this one, is congruent to arc NO. Kasi congruent man itong dalawang itong dalawang angle. Ibig sabihin, if they are congruent, their intercepted arcs are also congruent. Next one, if circle E is congruent to circle I, and angle set is congruent to neo, and also congruent to angle B, then arc ST is congruent to NO, and also congruent to BG. Ibig sabihin, kung ito siya, congruent din doon sa measure ng dalawang angles sa kabilang circle. Ibig sabihin, yung intercepted arc niya rin is also congruent din dito sa kabilang circle. So, congruent din yan sila. So, yun yung sinasabi sa theorem number 1. So, this is the proof of the theorem. So, yan yung proof niya. So, ginamitan siya ng 2-column proof. So, matandaan nyo sa grade 9 niyo, meron kayong proving. So, ito yung kadalasan ginagamit sa pag-prove. So, yung 2-column proof. This one. So, this is the proof of the theorem number 1. Ito yung pangalawang proof niya. Okay, let's proceed to theorem number 2. In a circle or in congruent circles, two minor arcs are congruent if and only if their corresponding chords are congruent. So in circle T on the right, segment BA is congruent to CH. This one, this line segment, and this line segment are congruent. Since the chords are congruent, then arc BA is also congruent to CH. So in addition, we have if circle P is congruent to circle N, and segment BA is congruent to segment CH, is also congruent to OA, then their intercepted arc, or their arc, is also congruent. So arc BA, CH, and arc OA are congruent. So yan. Congruent din ito sila. Kung ito siya, itong line segment na ito, congruent din siya doon sa dalawa. Ibig sabihin, itong arc dito is also congruent. So, yun yung sinasabi sa theorem number 2. So, ito yung proof niya. The 2-column proof. Okay. So, we will end, because we will discuss this sa panibagong video natin. So, we will end up here sa theorem number 3. So, the theorem number 3, in a circle, a diameter bisects a chord and an arc with the same endpoints if and only if it is perpendicular to the chord. So in circle U, on the right, segment ES is a diameter. And GN is a chord. So this one, ES, is a diameter. So when we say diameter, it's the line on a circle that passes through the center of the circle. The actual center ng circle. So, and diameter is also considered as the longest chord. Remember niyo? So, if GN is a chord, segment GN is a chord. If ES is perpendicular, so this symbol is read as perpendicular. Line segment ES is perpendicular to line segment GN, then line segment GI ito is congruent to IN, and the arc GE, this one, is congruent to EN. So when we say bisect, so it divides the line into two equal parts. So malalaman nyo yun siya kung yung nabuong angle doon is a right angle. So this one, it will create a right angle here. Meron din siyang right angle dito sa kabila. So it bisects the chord. So yun sinasabi natin sa theorem number 3. In a circle, a diameter bisects a chord and an arc with the same endpoints if and only if it is perpendicular to the chord. So this one is perpendicular. So the same yung measure. Pag kunin natin ang measure nito, kasi it bisects the chord, yung diameter na bisects niya yung chord. So yung measure nito, pag kunin natin yung measure nito, pati yan, equal yan sila. So since equal yung measure nila, ibig sabihin, yung intercepted arc nila, the same din yung measure. So yun yung sinasabi sa theorem number 3. So yun yung ating tatlong theorem about congruent arcs, chords, and segment. Okay. So we are done discussing the different theorems about central angles, arcs, and chords, and also some terms related to circle. So wala kayong activity for this lesson. So this is just a discussion. So I hope meron kayong natutunan, may nakuha kayong idea sa lesson natin ngayon. Kasi this one, mga theorems ito, kailangan natin to siyang ma-familiarize. It is because sa panibagong video natin, we will answer some of the problems in dealing with circles. So thank you, and have a nice day, everyone.